Hey, Small Group Network, Kirsten here, and I have another blog post for you today where I'm talking about 5 ways to renew your passion. And when I'm talking about renewing your passion, I'm talking exactly as what Steve Gladen says, to renew your passion daily, not quarterly, not monthly. We're talking daily. If you know of the missionary Jackie Pullinger, she says, God wants us to have soft hearts and hard feet. The trouble with so many of us is that we have hard hearts and soft feet. And so, if we're not renewing our passion on a daily basis, that's when we develop these hard hearts and soft feet. And so, just wanted to give you a couple of things that you can do on a regular basis to make sure that we're renewing our passion together. The first one is filling your tank. Know what fills your tank. So if I were to ask you right now, hey, what is your favorite thing? What's refreshing to you? If you don't know, well, that's an indicator that you need to learn a little bit more about yourself and take time learning what that is. If you do know, well, then I would challenge you to do exactly that. Make sure that you're filling your tank in that way. And then number two, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself in new ways. So if you want to go on a new hiking trail because you love the outdoors, or if you want to take on new opportunities or new hobbies and things like that, that really will help challenge you in ways that is outside of your norm. That is a way of filling your tank. A second thing, have daily time with God. Don't shortchange the time with God, because that is who is going to be filling your tank, right? You can only give what you have. You can't give what you don't have. And so it's equivalent to 2 water bottles. If I were to show you exactly the difference between a full tank, right? So if I'm pouring this out, there is something to give. Or an empty, which is like this, there's barely anything to give. And that is the difference between filling your tank and having that daily time with God. Make sure that that just isn't shortchanged. I know it's very easy to not put that at the forefront, but I always find first thing in the morning, that's the easiest thing, because then I can guarantee that, I can rely on that, I can put that in my schedule. Then the third thing, connect regularly with others. So meet with a mentor who is pouring into you. Meet with other small group point people. Make it sure that you're focusing on the quality of the time, right? So meet with and surround yourself with people who you just naturally feel refreshed, and you walk away from a coffee and go, that was exactly what I needed. Or go on a weekend retreat with some friends and spend quality time with them. The fourth is investing in others. So find ways to give to others. Find ways to bless your neighborhood or bless your community, or do a block party, ways to give back, so that you are continually having that external focus. Who can you mentor? And then the fifth is owning your calendar. And here's what I've learned. If I don't own my calendar will own me. And it is a constant battle. No one has this figured out. But I've learned that I can prioritize the who and the what on my calendar. So you might think that this is a little bit rigid, but I do have a calendar that serves exactly with what I need, with an hour by hour time bracket. Like every hour is filled in with something. Now, it's not like I'm working 24 hours. I just put it in that little Excel spreadsheet where I say during this hour I'm doing this, during this hour I'm doing this. And I even schedule when my meals are, with who my meals are, and then I schedule free time, right? So there's flexibility that's already built in. And I just found that I had to do this because my calendar started to rule me and I wanted to rule my calendar. Maybe you've been there, but I started scheduling actually what time I'm watching TV, because then I'm not running into, man, I wish I wouldn't have watched TV for that long, because I'm following my calendar. I'm ruling my calendar. Or I've become a little bit more productive because I'm not just working on what comes to me next. I'm actually working on what's best for me to work within this hour, in light of my entire day, that is also in light of the big picture of the entire week. In other words, I'm looking at the overall picture, and I've learned that I'm building the things I need to work on, what I know needs to be done, what my goals are, and then some flex time that's also scheduled in there so that I can really zoom in and also zoom out at the same time. So I've learned that these are just 5 things that help me renew my passion. They help me stay on top of things. They help me also just feel really fired up and be reminded of why I'm doing what I'm doing in ministry. So just wanted to share 5 quick things: filling your tank, having daily time with God, connecting regularly with others, investing in others, and owning your calendar are just some things that you can do to make sure you're renewing your passion.